The loudest animal in the world is a mere 2 centimeters long, prawn. The pistol shrimp is capable of snapping its claw shut so rapidly that it creates a bubble which collapses to produce a sonic blast, louder than a Concorde sonic boom. Flamingos are not pink. They are born gray. Their diet of brine, shrimp, and blue-green algae contains a natural pink dye called canthaxanthin that makes their feathers pink. Otters hold hands while sleeping, so they don't float away from each other. Dolphins use toxic pufferfish to get high. Dolphins deliberately handle pufferfish, causing them to release toxins as a defense mechanism. These toxins can be deadly in high doses, but also have a narcotic effect and are a powerful hallucinogenic, which dolphins appear to enjoy. The world's deadliest animal isn't a shark, bear, or tiger, but something far smaller than mosquito. According to the World Health Organization, 725,000 people are killed each year from mosquito-borne diseases, such as malaria, dengue fever, and yellow fever. The shortest living animal in the world is the mayfly. Its entire adult lifespan is just 24 hours. The horned lizard is able to shoot blood from its own eyes, up to a distance of 3 feet away. The rather bizarre and disgusting act is a defensive mechanism to confuse predators. Roosters prevent themselves from going deaf due to their own loud crowing by tilting their head backs when they crow, which covers their ear canal completely, serving as a built-in earplug. Swifts spend most of their lives flying in the air and can fly for almost an entire year without ever landing. A group of parrots is known as a pandemonium, and the collective noun for porcupines is a prickle. Cows poo up to 15 times a day, which can be as much as 1.15 pounds of manure per day, or approximately 21 tons per year. A common garden snail has 14,000 teeth. Their microscopic teeth are called radula, and some species actually have over 20,000 teeth. The fastest land animal on the planet is a cheetah. It can reach speeds of up to 75 miles per hour, 120 kilometers per hour. Wiley's peregrine falcon is the fastest bird, with a diving speed of 242 miles per hour, 389 kilometers per hour. The fastest animal in horizontal flight is the Brazilian free-tailed bat, which can reach speeds of 100 miles per hour. The black marlin is the fastest sea animal, and can swim up to 80 miles per hour, 130 kilometers per hour. The Nile crocodile's jaws can apply 5,000 pounds of pressure per square inch, the strongest bite of any animal in the world. A human's jaw produces 100 pounds of pressure per square inch in comparison. A crocodile's bite is 10 times more powerful than that of a great white shark. Axolotl are able to regenerate lost limbs and body organs. Mexican walking fish can regrow the same limb up to 5 times, and even regenerate parts of its brain. The giant Pacific octopus has 3 hearts, 9 brains, and blue blood. They are also able to change their color and texture to camouflage themselves in a blink of an eye. The male seahorse goes through pregnancy and gives birth to babies. They are the only animal on Earth where the male carries the baby rather than the female. The male seahorse has a pouch on its stomach in which to carry babies, as many as 2,000 at a time. Gray-headed albatross can circle the globe in only 46 days. The incredible round-the-world journey covers 14,000 miles over the 46-day period at a steady 13 miles per hour. They perform this feat by making various pit stops along the way. An ostrich's legs are so powerful that their kicks can kill a lion. More than half of all pigs in the world are kept by farmers in China. There are over 440 million pigs in China. The United States, in comparison, has a mere 73 million pigs. Great white sharks can detect a drop of blood in 25 gallons, 100 liters of water, and can even sense tiny amounts of blood from 3 miles 5 km away. The horns of a rhino consists of keratin, the same type of protein that makes afferent fingernails. Some species of rhinos have 2 horns, while others just have a single horn. The largest insect to ever live was a dragonfly, with a wingspan of over 75 centimeters too, and a half feet across. They are called Meganeropsis and were around 247 million years ago. They were proficient predators, with large mandibles that they used to capture fish, amphibians, and insects. Koalas have fingerprints almost identical to human. The Japanese spider crab has the longest leg span of any arthropod. From the tip of one claw to the other can be as long as almost 4 meters. Japanese spider crab shave 10 legs stretching out from a central body, giving it its spider-like appearance. They live deep in the oceans south of Japan. Tardigrades can survive in space and go without eating for more than 10 years. Tardigrades are microscopic animals with crazy endurance abilities. They can survive in temperatures as high as 149 degrees Celsius or as low as negative 272 degrees Celsius, and pressures 6 times more intense than the bottom of the ocean. They also look like tiny bears. Duck-billed platypus don't have nipples. Instead, they concentrate milk to their belly and feed their young by sweating it out. Elephants mourn their dead. Elephants will return to the place where family members died and stand in silence over the bones, sometimes bowing their heads. Vultures urinate and defecate on their own legs and feet to cool off on hot days. This is a cooling mechanism called urohydrosis. Weirdly, this can also help kill any bacteria picked up from walking through dead animals which they prey upon. There are an estimated 8.7 million species on Earth, and more than 80% of them are undiscovered. There are over 470 million dogs in the world. That's one dog for every 16 people. An ostrich's eyes are bigger than its brain. Bats are the only mammals that can fly. Some hummingbirds weigh less than a penny. Dragonflies can see in all directions at the same time. Bats have thumbs. The thumb usually has a substantial claw, which is used for climbing, food handling, and more. Gorillas burp when they're happy. A giraffe has 7 bones in its neck. Although humans have the same number of them, giraffes' neck bones are much larger. Sharks lay the biggest eggs in the world. Cheetahs only need to drink once every 3 to 4 days. Male rhinos are called bulls, and female elephants are called cows. A tiger's roar can be heard as far as 3 kilometers 2 miles away. Walruses sleep around 19 or 20 hours a day. They can sleep in water and on land, although they sleep for longer periods on land. Giant anteaters can eat over 30,000 insects a day. Starfish have no brain and no blood, and they aren't even fish. Baby elephants are able to stand within 20 minutes of being born. Reindeer grow new antlers every year. Rats laugh when they are being tackled. There are no male or female earthworms. While all earthworms have both female and male body parts, they still need one of each to reproduce. A jaguar's night vision is 6 times better than a human's. A hummingbird's wings can beat up to 200 times per second to hover. Vampire bats have such sharp teeth that you may not feel them bite you. On top of that, their saliva dulls pain, and they can feast on a victim's blood for 30 minutes straight. Humans share 98.8% of chimpanzee DNA. Despite these similarities, though, we still have around 35 million differences between us. A cat can use its whiskers to check whether it will fit into a space. They can measure if it's too small for them to fit through. A chameleon's tongue is as long as its body. The hippo's closest relatives are whales, dolphins, and porpoises. Adult bison are the largest land mammals in North America. An eagle's vision is 4 times sharper than a human's. 9-banded armadillos always give birth to identical quadruplets. The giant tortoise of the Galapagos Islands weighs as much as a brown bear. It can weigh up to 550 pounds. Sea otters have the densest fur of any mammal, while humans are covered in 5 million hairs. The large male sea mammal has around 800 million. An emperor penguin can stay underwater for 27 minutes. They can also dive as deep as 500 meters and speed launch out off the water. Both male and female pigeons produce milk for their babies. Each produces crop milk, a substance used to feed their chicks. Camels can drink 50 gallons of water in 1 minute. Blue whales make the loudest sound of any animal. The remarkable sound, which registers at 188 decibels, can be detected almost 500 miles away. Kiwis have nostrils at the end of their long beak. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. Gorillas can catch human colds and other illnesses. A newborn Chinese water deer is so small, it can almost be held in the palm of the hand. Ostriches can run faster than horses, and the males can roar like lions. A lion in the wild usually makes no more than 20 kills a year. There are 3 living members of the black rhinoceros family. Black rhinos are currently listed as critically endangered species, and only 3 subspecies now exist: eastern black rhino, southern central black rhino, southwestern black rhino. Despite sharing a common name, red pandas are not closely related to giant pandas, often considered the real panda. Phylogenetically, the red panda falls under a unique taxonomic group called Evolutionary, sharing common traits with mustelids, which includes raccoons, weasels, and skunks. The word koala is thought to originate from one of the Australian Aboriginal languages, Darug, which roughly translates to no drink, or no water. In the Australian bush, koalas rarely drink water as the majority of their water intake comes from eating fresh eucalyptus leaves. Koalas drinking water is uncommon in the wild, although they can do so if necessary, especially during heat waves, droughts, or bushfires. Cheetahs are blisteringly fast and can reach speeds up to 64 miles per hour in 3 seconds, making them the fastest land animals in the world over short distances. For comparison with humans, Usain Bolt currently holds the record as the fastest man in the world, with a top speed of around 27 miles per hour. A cheetah can outpace the world's fastest man by more than twice his speed, whether in the wild or on a racetrack. Sloths are primarily folivorous, feeding mostly on leaves, fruits, and sap of various trees. They have a large and efficient multi-chambered stomach that helps with digesting tough, fibrous leaves. The sloth's digestion rate is linked to its low metabolism, and more leaves can only be ingested once there is enough room in the stomach. This is often full, accounting as much as 37% of its body mass. Almost 90% of wild plants and 75% of leading global crops depend on animal pollination. 1 out of every 3 mouthfuls of our food depends on pollinators, such as bees. Crops that depend on pollination are 5 times more valuable than those that do not. Tigers have soft toe pads which help them walk silently through their habitat. A tiger will typically travel 6 to 12 miles during a night's hunting. During the day, a tiger's stripes can act as camouflage, allowing it to blend in with its surroundings for stalking and ambushing its prey. Sharks are apex predators. Many have several rows of teeth and can lose and replace thousands of teeth in the times. As predators, sharks play a vital role in the health of marine ecosystems. By eating fish, they help create balance in the food chain. Polar bears are classified as marine mammals because they spend most of their lives on the sea ice of the Arctic Ocean. Depending on the ocean for their food and habitat, polar bears are the only bear species to be considered marine mammals. Snow leopards have spotted white grayish fur that keeps them well insulated in cold weather. It can be 5 centimeters long on their back and sides, and almost 12 centimeters long on their belly. A snow leopard's tail can reach up to 80 to 105 centimeters long, which is thought to help with balance, as well as wrap around its body for added warmth. Octopuses have 3 hearts. One pumps blood around the body, while the other to pump it to the gills. Oh, and that blood is blue, thanks to high copper levels. Butterflies can taste with their feet, using something called chemoreceptors that help them to identify plants. Females select the correct leaf on which to lay eggs by drumming it with her feet to release juices. A single strand of spider silk is thinner than a human hair, but also 5 times stronger than steel of the same width. A rope just 2 inches thick could reportedly stop a Boeing 747. Squirrels can't burp or vomit, nor can any other rodent. This happens to be why rat poison is so effective. Other mammals tend to expel any toxic substance they ingest. Cats and horses are highly susceptible to black widow venom, but dogs are relatively resistant. Sheep and rabbits are apparently immune. Horses use facial expressions to communicate with each other. Researchers have identified 17 discrete facial movements in horses. Male gentoo and Adelie penguins propose to females by giving them a pebble. These are precious because the penguins use them to build their nests, and they can be hard to find along the barren Antarctic shoreline. If the female accepts the pebble, the pair bonds and mates for life. Young goats pick up accents from each other. This means they join humans, bats, and whales as mammals known to adjust their vocal sound to fit into a new social group. Dogs' sense of smell is about 100,000 times stronger than humans, but they have just 1/6 our number of taste buds. Animals with smaller bodies and faster metabolism in slow motion. Reindeerables turn blue in winter to help them see at lower light levels. They're golden colored in summer. No other mammals are known to have this ability. A human brain operates on about 15 watts. Owls don't have eyeballs. They have eye tubes. While male lions attract their fair share of attention thanks to their impressive manes, it's the female lions who do the bulk of the work when it comes to feeding their families. Lionesses hunt around 90% of the time, while the males protect their pride. Narwhals are unlike most other whales because they have what appears to be a giant tusk. But that's not actually a tusk at all. What you're seeing is a tooth. It's essentially built inside out. The world's oldest known breed of domesticated dog dates back to 329 BC, and the oldest evidence of domesticated cats dates back 9,500 years. Research has shown that Tasmanian devils form bonds when they're young that last for the rest of their lives. Slow lorises are the only venomous primates. They may be cute, but their bite can kill. Their bites have caused anaphylactic shock and even death in humans. Zebras' black and white stripes may be an evolutionary feature to fend off harmful horsefly bites. Zebra stripes act as a natural bug repellent. Sloths are literally too lazy to go looking for a mate, so a female sloth will often sit in a tree and scream till a male hears her and decides to mate with her. When caterpillars enter the chrysalis phase, they don't just sprout wings. Their entire body first turns into a liquid, soupy substance which then reforms into the butterfly. A sperm whale call is so loud, the sound waves could kill a human if they swam close to the whale. Woodpecker tongues wrap around the back of their brains. This helps the brain stay protected during high-speed pecking. The average lifespan for a squirrel is 16 years. Penguins have a gland above their eye that converts salt water into fresh water. There are more people who die each year because a coconut fell on their head than people who die in shark attacks. Pacu fish have teeth that look exactly like people's. They evolved to chew nuts that fell into the water. Elephant legs, unlike most animals, have all of their bones pointing downwards, which means they lack the spring needed to push off the ground. Elephants have many wonderful characteristics, including a keen sense of smell, a low risk of cancer, and complicated social life. In her lifetime, a cow produces about 200,000 cups of milk. Cows are incredible creatures. They consume a lot of food. Although cows generate many amounts of milk, cows' yearly diet consists of 2.5 tons per grain, 6.5 tons of forage, a few yards of grassland, plus up to 7,000 liters of water. Because they fall off of trees so frequently, around half of the orangutans have damaged bones. Every year, between 2,000 and 3,000 orangutans are slaughtered. Animals are multicellular, eukaryotic, aerobic creatures that eat plants and other animals as their primary source of nutrition. All of these creatures reproduce sexually and live in a natural environment. There are 2 to 3 million animal species worldwide. They are classified under the animal kingdom, the largest and most diversified of the 5 biological kingdoms.